Well, I've been talking about this all evening, and I have been unable to curb my enthusiasm around it. Bhekisis Centre and Newzroom Afrika have partnered on an exciting new collaboration. The Health Hub will be a health and social justice-related news and analysis show that will provide an exceptional agenda-setting analysis of issues and break down the science, specifically those related to policy. Let's talk to the editor-in-chief, that is, of the Bhekisis Journalism Centre and host of the Health Hub, Malan. Mia, a very good evening to you. Pleasure to actually have you in studio. We've been talking to you over the past year and a half or since we've been really in the grips of the COVID-19 pandemic, but it's the first time we've actually had an opportunity to have you in studio. Good evening.
Good evening, Cathy, and it's great to meet you in person as well. And as you've said, it's been COVID-19, and that is one of the few positive things that have come out of COVID is partnerships like the one that Bhekisis and Newzroom Afrika has formed because of COVID. We first the daily crossings, and now that partnership has grown into a weekly program, and we cannot be more excited.
Now, you are seen as a credible and reliable voice when it comes to health journalism and reporting on the health sector in this country. What can people expect from your show?
So at Bhekisis, we normally aim to reach a decision-making audience. So what you can expect in terms of guests on the show would be influential people. It would be high-ranking scientists, influential politicians, but we aim to reach those people to change policy. And there's no sense in trying to change policy if you don't also bring the voices of ordinary people on board. So we will have those voices as well, and also our reporters. You will get to know them on a more personal level because they'll be in studio talking about their stories, not just about what the stories are about, but also what it took to make them.
This weekend, the show premieres. Tell us a bit more about what we can expect this weekend.
Yes, we have a really great guest for this Sunday, 9 o'clock on Newsfeed, and that is the infectious diseases expert from the United States, Anthony Fauci, and he's become known as the people's doctor in America. And that's the thing about COVID. You know, if we look at another pandemic such as HIV, HIV made activists out of scientists. They had to fight for human rights, but COVID made scientists celebrities. So Anthony Fauci is an example of someone who was very well known in the science world long before COVID, in the HIV world. But because of COVID, and it's a disease that affects everyone almost equally, you cannot escape it. That is why everyone now in the world knows about Anthony Fauci, and we're very happy that we got an interview with him. And I spoke to him earlier this week and asked him, what is the one piece of data that you think would be the most compelling to use to convince people to get vaccinated? And this is what he had to say.
You have to give them the data, and if they listen to the data, it will become apparent to them. There's one very compelling bit of data regarding why one should get vaccinated. In the United States, and very likely throughout the world, but in the United States, 99.5% of all the deaths due to COVID-19 are among unvaccinated people, and only 0.5% of the deaths are among vaccinated people. So when you ask someone, or someone asks you, why should I get vaccinated? The most important reason to get vaccinated is not so that you don't have to wear a mask. The most important reason to get vaccinated is to save your life, to prevent you from getting infected and ultimately, potentially, getting seriously ill and dying. That's the reason to get vaccinated, and that's the argument that one needs to use when people say, why should I get vaccinated? It's the 600,000 deaths in the United States that we've had that should convince people why they should get vaccinated.
All right, so you're starting off, Mia, on a big bang. I don't know how you managed to secure the interview, but certainly looks like it's going to be an interesting one for our viewers to keep a lookout for. So details of the show premieres this Sunday, and it's going to be on every Sunday?
every Sunday at 9 o'clock on Newsfeed. I'm going to co-present it with either Ayanda or Hugo. It's Hugo this Sunday, 9 o'clock if you want to hear the rest of that interview.
All right. I'm certainly looking forward to it. I'm tempted to get into other things now, but I'll have to hold myself back because, you know, Mia knows all of the very latest when it comes to some of the developments around even COVID-19 in this country. So don't miss the show. Sunday, 9 o'clock, right here on Newzroom Afrika.